Hello everyone, welcome to this video, and this is What If Stories, and we're here with my fan requested What If, and this is What If Deku was reincarnation of Byakuya and Yamamoto. No, basically, if you don't know who Yamamoto is, he's the leader of the Soul Society. If you don't know who Byakuya is, it's Rukia's brother. And also, I'm going to make a reincarnation of White Ichigo because all he's going to have is the hollow powers, because hollow powers are insane. So, anyway, he gets nothing else from. He's going to have Byakuya's looks, but he's going to have access to Byakuya's powers, obviously, Yamamoto's powers, and also White Ichigo's powers. So, because I don't know, we gotta make hollow powers are dope. And also he's going to be neglected in this, so as requested. So yeah. So Deku, and Izumi's going to be in this, of course. So. And we're going to do a yandere. We're back with the yandere because that's original. No, I'm playing. Man. So yeah. So I'm just going to have. I'm just like we're just going to have like 3 yanderes and yanderes in this harem, and the rest is y'all choice. One being Izumi, one being Katsumi, who's going to be Bakugo's sister. The other is going to be Shoko, who's going to be Todoroki's sister, and the third one being Izumi, obviously. Oh no, it's incest as well. Anyway. So Byakuya. So yeah, Byakuya and Yamamoto die, probably like at the same time, because I would say that Yamamoto dies, and then certainly after Byakuya dies, because he got that Itachi illness, that cannot be cured. So yeah. Also, I have their powers like on display, in case I know, like just in case I forget what powers they have. So, and also, Deku's just going to be like a master swordsman in general. And he's not just going to be a master swordsman. He's going to give people them hands because these two are like the best swordsmen like ever. So Jutsu Master, basically. And so this Hatsumi, basically, basically any powers you see here, he basically has all of them, and from the anime that I remember. So Izuku and Izumi are born. I'm not going to, and all be their father. I'm not going to get too much detail. So we're going to do a time skip to when they're 4. Or because I'm not going to rant on because y'all basically know what's going to happen in this story. But I would say Inko doesn't like. Inko and All Might don't intentionally want to ignore Izuku, but neglect Izuku, but they did subconsciously. They didn't even know what they were doing it, but and also Izumi and Bakugo are going to bully him. They're going to be his two worst bullies, but they don't bully him together and all that. They just bully him in general. And Izumi says the same thing that Bakugo did in the canons, why don't you go kill yourself and all that? But this is when they were four, and this took one time skip to when they are seven, and this is when Deku overhears about his father being All Might and all that. He's talking to Izumi, he's hearing that it's going to give Izumi his quirk. Also, Izumi's quirk is basically just Inko's quirk, but stronger. So yeah. So Inko All Might talks about Izumi by giving him his quirk, but Izumi asks. Also, Izumi doesn't bullies him to keep him safe, quote unquote, keep him safe, but it's just hurting him even more. So All Might talks about giving this quirk to Izumi when she's 15, which because she has her quirk, and Izumi asks about Izuku, but then All Might says Izuku's not worthy, and that doesn't go on her by all the users want her all, which all of them decide to they're not worthy to use any of the overall's true power, but we're gonna leave them with powers they still have. But Izumi's not going. He's just going to get a boost like All Might and all that. So they're just going. So the past user one for all take 80% sense of their power. It's you just take 80% of the one for all, the new one for all. So yeah, which can restore itself. So not 20%, but 80%, it can easily be restored itself. But 20%, yeah, it's stuck at that. Yeah, and she's getting it when she's 15. So yeah. So, but the past users already sapped 80% of its true power, and you're looking for someone worthy. And it's not going to be Muriel. It's going to be Deku. But he hears this and he packs his stuff and leaves. And I won't say this. Since these two are this man lived for a long time, and these two are the most smartest people ever. They are literally the smartest. So Zuko is just is smart. This man is 7, but he's thinking he's 18. So my man literally dipped. Yep, and he went to the forest. And he started to meditate and all that. Live in the forest, which when he starts working out, and also he's been working out. He's just been practicing swordplay and other martial arts, mostly swordplay, but martial arts as well. Well, which he's a black belt, of course. So he's meditating, and then he hears voices says, "Yo, kid," and Deku wakes up in his mindscape, and he sees byakuya, which yes, it's like in 3 different parts of his mind escape. Because remember, White Ichigo's in this too. But and I said he's only getting hollow powers. That's pretty much it. And White Ichigo is not going to try to possess him and all that because he feels bad for the kid. So yes, and the cherry blossoms there. It's like he sees one individual and the cherry blossom trees there and all that. He sees this individual. He sees Byakuya and he sees Yamamoto with fire around him. So, yes, and White Ichigo with like the hollow aura and like the dangerous aura around him. They ask, "Who are you guys?" And then Byakuya, Yamamoto, and White Ichigo introduce themselves, and actually, I want to scratch that. I'm saying it's a random hollow, but he just has the same powers as he somehow has the same powers as White Ichigo. So yeah, it's just a random hollow that's in his soul and his body. That's White Ichigo. So who is very strong, my opinion. So yeah, so Deku talks to them. And they explain who they are and explains that he can give him their power, which Deku accepts. And then Deku says, and they explain that you're going to get the knowledge of how to use this power, but you're still going to train and practice how to perfect those powers, which Deku understands. And basically they all give him their power. So and so so Deku is basically and also he mastered how to use all like multiple swords at once. So he has I forgot what the name of his Bakuto is or Bunkai or something. Shimbo Sakura. Oh yeah, Shimbo Sakura. Basically, this is the name of. I'm just gonna say that he's using Byakuya's Bunkai because that name is just complicated. And I don't know what this man's like Bunkai is. Ronin Jaka, which he basically is that Phoenix. That Phoenix is basically his Bunkai, basically. So yeah, he does basically. Basically, as the name says, as it says, reduce all creation to ash. Basically, it's this fire that will burn anything in its path. Fire is so strong that will burn anything in its path, but which is understandable. So yeah, so Deku has these powers, and he's going to train with them until when and also he still goes to school. I would say he gets a job somehow. So he's nice comment from a man named Jake. Bacon says Jake, who actually took him in and he worked with Jake. He lives/works with Jake. And Jake's his boss, obviously. So yeah. Basically a rich company, like basically the rival, basically working. It's like a company that works with the Yaoyorozu and is like nearly just as rich. So yeah, Jake Izuku worked for Jake. He also trains on his powers. Right? And this Jake says you will see in this say that it's not gonna happen last name unless y'all like make a last name for Jake. So yeah, so Izuku time skip to when he's fifth, like I don't say no, 13, and given like he already knows how to use all his powers, and he masters them and perfects them and surpasses them. Because this man works hard. Like Izuku's is like ego was all in. Like they even say like they put full trust in Izuku and they believe in him. And he can't be a hero and all that. Being inspired by that and knowing how great those three were. I know those two actually. He has three swords. Basically, one is basically like Ichigo's. Basically, but it's similar, not the same. Same. So basically, it's not just like he's going to have like Ketsuka Tencho and all that, but it's not going to be the same. And it's like they're going to look similar, but they're going to have like there's going to be differences. It's like key differences. It's a sense like, oh, I'm giving him each Ghost powers too. I'm not. And also, he can only like use like the Black Ketsuka Tencho. He cannot use like the regular Ketsuka Tencho. He can only use the Hollow Fight version of Ketsuka Tencho. So yeah, and he only use the Hollow powers when he's in the mask, wearing the mask. Like literally, there's like no way around it. He's only using the Hollow powers when he's wearing the mask, so yeah. And he only uses like the hollow powers if he needs it, which he rarely does because he has two of the most overpowered bankais. Guys, one being one is like it's a roll spells that can hit you like blades that can hit you so fast you'll die while you're like realizing you're dead. One that can just reduce you to ash and you'll never come back. So yeah, NLT surpassed them and he made them stronger. So basically, this flame is actually blue, cremation blue. Actually, no, black flames. Actually, yeah, surpassed that. So his normal flames are blue flames now, and this hollow fire is blue, and black flames is when he's using it to reduce you to nothingness. There's not even ashes from remaining if he uses that Bankai. That whole power. If he's severely holding back, it looks like this. So yeah. And also, he looks like Byakuya, but except think of Izuku. He has Izuku's like hair color, but he's as I'm gonna say for the heck of it, like Byakuya has APEC because why not? Actually, no, Izuku. Excuse me for that cough. So Izuku is basically working out to the max as well. So this man in notes, he's still in martial art. He's still like using multiple martial arts. So he's 13. He's chilling. One day he sees a bright light coming towards him, which he touches that light, and the next thing he knows, he sees the users are one for all. all, and he asks, "Who are you guys?" And then they explain that they're used like one for all, and then Izuku just like, "Yeah, I don't want any All Might's power and all that," and they explain that that power never belonged to All Might in the first place, and he's not worthy of using it anymore, or he only has like All Might still has the one for all he has in canon, like the same level one for all he has in canon, but excuse me, I need to cough. Anyway, All Might. Anyway, they explain that All Might is basically unworthy of one for all, and he left them with 20%. They left them with the same amount, but in the new, because it's his one for all. But in the new one for all, they took 8% of it, and Izumi only has 20% of that. But anyway, yeah, I don't have COVID-19. Don't even start the nonsense. Anyway, so Izuku, Izuku just like, oh, I'll accept the power. Which they smile, which by this time is already 100% by now. It's the same one for all as in canon, but he gets, since he's buff and all that, and he can already use 100% of that power. Or he can use Black Whip early. He can use the Float Quirk early, and that's pretty much it. Because I don't know what the other people's quirks for are. Y'all can leave it down in the comments if y'all know what the past one for all users quirks were. Because I only know it's like Black Whip and Float. And that's pretty much it. And so, which we're going to do a time skip to 15, which he masters how to use one for all. With his fighting, like martial arts techniques, which is very effective. Like, literally, like, very effective. And he can fly without, not his full quirk, but he just uses it anyway. It's cool. Actually, could they fly? If they can, then it's full quirk. If they can't in the anime, I'm making it so they can fly. So. Anyway, Izuku still goes to the same school, so he changed his name to Izuku Midoriya as in canon, because Inko still has the Midoriya in her name, but it's just like she changed to Yagi. But Izuku didn't want to be his own man, so he took the Midoriya, and he represents the Midoriyas, not the Yagis. Which, at this point, no one bullies him no more, except for Bakugo, who is jealous of Izuku. Izuku notes. Also, Bakugo and Izuku have fought multiple times since they've been to the same school. I want to say Izumi. Actually, I want to say Izumi School. Oh yeah, my Inko and Izumi found out that Izuku left, which my also Kasumi asked. Actually, I'm saying he he met Bakugo in middle school. So he left when they were still in elementary school. And all that, which before he left the forest that day, he talked to Katsumi and Shoko because he knows those two. So like he explained what he's doing, and they tried to convince him not to leave, because also how they knew Katsumi, because Katsumi was the only one that's nice to him, because Shoko, because he helped her with her family problems a lot earlier. So and Shoto's going to still have that same problem till the sports festival and all that. So, this is a flashback when they're 7 and all that. So, like Katsumi and Shoko are telling Izuku not to leave, and they can help him and all that. But Izuku just says he made up his mind, and I'm sorry that I have to leave you guys like this. Katsumi and Shoko have the same quirks as their brothers, but they train a lot more. So yeah, and Shoko just trains on her own, and she's a lot stronger than Todoroki, because she uses her fire, and 2, she learned how to move, how to use with ice and her fire. Katsumi learns martial arts. So, and this is when they became Yonderis. And Izuku just says that he always had a crush on them. He admits that, and he says he'll love them forever. For which, when they hear that says, it's time to create something new. The Yandere quirk. Yes, I'm making a quirk based on the Yanderis. Yes. Yes, it's like at me. This is a thing I actually was thinking about for a while. Wow, so this is only Yanders can have this, so which is perfect for them. So it only activates when you feel like when the user feels desire, like so much love for that person that they will do anything for that person. It's like they will die. It's like they will do anything to get him, no matter what. So, which Shoko and Katsumi were at that point. So the Yandere quirk is basically just going to say this: superhuman strength, and speed. So basically, like you're wondering how much insanely humane. It's like this. Basically, the more obsessed they are over their lover, the more power it gets, and the more determination they have, and anger they have for their enemy. So basically, yeah. And they can always, and of course, they can pull the knife out of nowhere, absolute nowhere. Because if you can't do that, you're not qualified to be on there. But they can absolutely pull a knife from absolutely nowhere, nowhere. So yeah, and basically, and that's pretty much it. And also, I'll make a third one where it's like they can send up so much bloodlust. It's like they're using Conqueror Saki, basically. That's how the Yandere quirk is going to work. So yeah, I made my own quirk. At me. I made the Yandere here. I'm now making a Yandere quirk. At me. Guys, this is how you know this man's not running out of ideas. Man, I'm not running out of ideas. This is I just wanted to try something new and something I wanted to do, and this is that time to do. So, yeah, when Zuko left, like, he said he'll be back. We'll meet again one day and all that. So, and Bay felt like empty. It's like they didn't want him to leave, and they felt undying love, and that's when the Quirk awakened. It's like their eyes, they're lifeless. That's right. They don't take on the train like their asses off. It's like literally, like All Might's not going to stand a chance against them. If you don't think I'm not exaggerating, I'm not exaggerating. I mean, it's when they use that Quirk. They don't know when it's on or off. It literally turns on. And also a downside. Also, what's the drawback? The drawback of that? Total insanity. It's like maximum insanity. That's the only drawback is like absolute insanity. It's like, is that even a drawback? Yes, it is. It is. They don't know when they're doing it. When they're yandere mode or when they're not. It just happens. Basically, think of it as like a split personality disorder. But you can feel like you did something wrong. Like you feel like you did something wrong, but you don't remember what. What? So think of it as like Mike and Mal from Total Drama Going to the Island. It's like that. It's like at first, like when Mal appears, it's like Mal did stuff, and then Mike did not know what the heck he was doing. Like after he turned back, that's literally what it is. So yeah. So yeah, we're going to do this time skip. Flashback ends. It's back to when they're 15. So also when Katsumi heard about Bakugo bullying Izuku, yeah, needless to say, Bakugo got his ass beat. Not by his mom, but Izumi. It's like, and her mom sees her eyes. Like, she can't stop her. Like, literally. It's like, Izumi beat Bakugo to the brink of death. That warned him if he does something to Izuku. It's like, he tries to do something like that again to Izuku. It was just like, you're dead. Like, literally. Like, it's like, Katsumi was at her last straw with her own brother, which Bakugo is just like at shock and is scared. Which he will still like talk trash about Deku and all that because all that. Like, if he says something like what he says, like go take us one drive off the roof and all that, and tries to like harass Deku by hurting him and all that. That's how that's when Kasumi is just going to end him. So yeah, which Bakugo then explain back to the current presentation. The teacher shows up his papers. Also, Inko and All Might are looking for Izuku. And Izumi's in a different school is in a different high school, which yes, UA is going to be a college in this. Yeah, so yeah. And I would say Katsumi and Shoko don't know that Izuku Midori is actually Izuku Yagi, even though it's just like it's one of those things. It's like Danny Fenton and Danny Phantom. How do you not know that the difference? Like Danny Fenton, Danny Phantom, like Fenton and Phantom sound the same thing, like the same damn thing. But they could actually call him Ghost Boy, so it's a Ghost Boy. Don't call him like Danny Phantom. But most of them just call him Ghost. Mostly I heard call him Ghost Boy, but some people call him Danny Phantom. It's like no one knows that Danny Phantom is actually Danny Fenton. It's like the actual freak. Basically, it's like one of those. So yeah, they don't know that Izuku Midori is actually Izuku Yagi. It makes absolutely no sense. Since basically we're going Danny Phantom logic. So, which actually, Kasumi and Shoko are suspicious of Izuku Midori. So, and also his look completely changed to this. So, they know him like this. This is what he transformed into when he's 15. So, yeah. So, the teacher throws up papers, Bakugo does the same rant and all that. So, and Izuku's just like, yeah, you're not the best. And then it's like, where you want to go? Go, nerd? Which he doesn't call him Deku, he just calls him nerd. Which Izuku's just like, yeah. Yes, remember all those years when he told me to take a swan dive off her roof. Which clicks a memory in Katsumi, Shoko, and Bakugo, which this is Izuku. And Izuku's just like, nah, shit, Sherlock. You guys can't tell the difference. You tell I have the same name. And also, just for it, we're doing trying to harassing. Then punches Bakugo in the face and sends him back to his seat. Oh, he was standing up in front of Izuku's desk. Then he just punched him back to his seat, and Bakugo just sat down. And that punch hurt his face. Like the man damn near got near knocked unconscious. He barely managed to stay conscious. And he's just like, what the? Then Katsumi and Shoko. I don't think Shoko goes to this school here, but she still despises her father, and she also moved out. And Katsumi also moved out because she absolutely hates her brother. But even though her mother tries to stop her, but Katsumi just says like, I'm not staying here with this villain, which Baku says, I'm not a villain then, but then Katsumi then says, you tell someone you tell a Quirk to someone Quirk this boy to go take a swan dive off a roof. That doesn't sound villainous to you. When Bakugo puts his head down, and Kasumi's just like, exactly. Which Bakugo is trying to atone with Izuku Yagi, which he'll find him too because he needs to atone for his sins. Then class is over. Then Deku just walks off, and then Katsuki says, "Hey, Deku," which Izuku. I don't say his name. Izuku Byakuya Midori. It says, "What do you want, Bakugo?" With the meanest death stare meanest byakuya death stare he can give, like which scares the shit out of Bakugo, and then Bakugo's just like, it's like we just, I just want to talk, which and Suki just says you'll have 5 minutes. Which Bakugo just says, look man, I'm sorry for what I did also years ago. So this man has like, so it has that Izuku teary eye. It's like literally, like he's sorry. Which Izuku sees, and it's just like it's like, who are you? What happened to the real Katsuki? Katsuki wouldn't do this. And Katsuki says, "Bro, I'm serious. Like, I'm sorry, kid. Like literally, this man is like all that like high and shit died the moment he realized Izuku was there, and he literally like feels bad. Like he feels like absolute dog shit. Literally, that man is just like has that lifeless eyes, man. And you could see it's just like, damn, he actually feels sorry, real sorry. And he claims that Katsumi called him a villain, which he starts to believe like he is. He was like one kind of monster anyway, which he says, I forgive you. I don't want y'all in the past, but I will forgive you. But you have to earn my trust back. Which Bakugo nods, and Zuki just turns away. Then Zuki's about to go to Jake's house, and then he sees Izuku-chan, or Izuku basically, which then he's in like the seductive like Yamari voice, which when Izuku turns around, he sees Katsumi and Shoko. And then he asks like, "What are you two doing here?" Hearing him, and he says, Katsumi and Shoko then hug Izuku. Then he explains like how much bad they feel, and like he didn't do anything to like stop Izuku, and they admit that they love him. Like he's like the only one they love, and they'll do anything for him, like anything. Which he sees in their eyes, like actually they see the young creepy as it went. Basically, they have these eyes, which Izuku's just like, then they both like do that. They both kiss him in the lips and all that, and he's just like, wait, what? It's like, huh? And then Katsumi and Shoko, and Izuku just says, I love you both, but you're really sure you don't want to be with He was someone who left you behind, and then which they both like know like personally, and it says, "We'll do anything for you, Izu," which basically they knows that they are. This lets Izuku know that they are dedicated to him, like for life, which is literally another down drawback of the yandere symbol. It's like it's like once you find like the perfect one, you say like once you feel like absolutely love that person, you only love that person, and you only feel that love once with that person. Which when if he dies and all that, you'll be like an empty shell basically. And this is where I'm going to end this video. So this is a part one. This is like hope y'all enjoy. Well, I'm going to continue this series, of course. Of course, I just wanted to get to like the beginning out the way. In part one. So part two expected to be action packed, and part three, and so on. So this is part one, basically explaining the whole beginning and all that. And of course, this is part one. So then I'll get to one of stories, and I'll see y'all in the next.